If you're juggling multiple credit card payments, watching those balances, and just feeling like you're stuck on a treadmill, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down one of the most powerful strategies out there for getting out of debt way faster: credit card debt consolidation. So here's our game plan. We're going to walk through 5 simple steps. First, we'll look at why high interest debt is such a trap. Then, we'll talk about your financial lifeline out of it. After that, we'll explore the best tools for the job, build a smart plan to make it all work. And finally, and this is key, we'll talk about how you can stay debt-free for good. All right, let's dive right into section 1, the high interest debt trap. Because you know what they say, to beat the enemy, you got to understand the enemy.
So, does this feeling sound familiar? You're juggling different due dates, you're making payments, but the balances never really seem to shrink. It can feel totally overwhelming. And trust me, you are not the only one feeling this way.
And this number right here, this is the heart of the problem. We're talking 20 to 29%. That's the typical APR, or interest rate, on credit cards. Think of it as the villain in our story. It's the engine that just keeps that debt cycle spinning and spinning no matter how hard you try to stop it. And here's exactly how that high interest rate works against you. It's like being on a financial treadmill. You see, when you only make those minimum payments, almost all of your money is just getting eaten up by interest. The principal, the actual money you spent, barely gets touched. It's a nasty trap that can literally keep people stuck in debt for a decade or even longer. But here's the good news. There is absolutely a way to break that cycle. So let's move on to section 2 and talk about a really powerful financial lifeline: debt consolidation. So what is this thing exactly? Well, at its core, it's actually pretty simple. You take all of those separate, expensive credit card balances and you roll them all together into one new loan or credit card that has a much, much lower interest rate. And this slide just shows the transformation so perfectly. I mean, look at that. You go from the chaos and stress on the left to the calm, cool control of a single, manageable payment on the right. This isn't just about making your life easier, though. It's a huge shift that can save you a fortune in interest and get you out of debt years faster. Okay, so you're on board with the idea. Now comes the big question: how do you actually do it? In section 3, we're going to break down the best options out there, because not every tool is right for every person. First up, one of the most popular tools in the toolbox: the balance transfer credit card. The whole idea is pretty genius. You open a brand new card that offers 0% interest for a while, usually for about 12 to 21 months, and you just move all your high-interest debt over to it. Now, the upside here is huge. For almost 2 years, maybe, you pay absolutely no interest. Every single dollar you pay goes directly to killing your debt. But, and this is a big but, there are catches. You usually need pretty good credit to get one, there's a small transfer fee, and you have to be careful because if you don't pay it off in time, a monster of an interest rate kicks in. So here's the bottom line. A balance transfer card is an amazing tool for people who are confident they can pay everything off before that 0% offer disappears. Do this quick math. Take your total debt and divide it by the number of promo months. Can you afford that payment? If the answer is yes, this could be perfect. It's a race against the clock. All right, our second major tool is a debt consolidation personal loan. Now, this is a totally different approach. Instead of shuffling debt between cards, you take out a single new loan for the total amount you owe. You get a lump sum of cash, you pay off all those cards at once, and then you just have one predictable monthly payment for a set amount of time, like 3 or 5 years. The huge win here is predictability. You get one fixed interest rate way lower than your cards, and you know the exact date your debt will be gone. The trade-off? Well, interest starts on day 1, so it's not a 0% deal, and the rate you get really depends on your credit score. So this makes a personal loan a fantastic choice for someone who's got a bigger chunk of debt and really wants that structure and predictability of one simple, steady payment. No surprises, just a clear finish line. Now, I have to pause for a very serious warning. You're going to hear about other options, like home equity loans or debt settlement companies. Please be extremely careful. With a home equity loan, you are literally gambling with the roof over your head. And debt settlement programs can absolutely wreck your credit score for years, all while charging you big fees. These are last resort options, for sure. Okay, so you've picked your tool. Awesome. But that's only half the battle. Let's move to section 4 and talk about how to build a smart plan, because using the tool correctly is everything. Let's make this super real with some numbers. Let's say you have 15 grand in debt at a crazy 24% interest rate. Right now, about $300 every month is just vanishing. Poof, gone to interest. But if you consolidate that down to a 10% loan, your monthly interest plummets to $125. That's an extra $175 back in your pocket every single month. And when you zoom out over a whole year, that's over $2,000. Think about that. That's money that was just feeding the credit card companies that you can now use to actually pay down your debt faster or, build an emergency fund. It's a game changer. I also really want to hammer this point home. Consolidation, when you do it right, helps you pay back what you owe, which makes your credit score go up over time. Settlement, on the other hand, is all about paying less than you owe, and that is a high-risk move that can tank your credit for years. Look, consolidation is not a magic wand, and it can go wrong if you fall into a few common traps. The number one absolute biggest mistake, seeing those zero balances on your old cards and thinking it's a green light to start spending again. You have to remember, consolidation fixed the symptom, the debt, but it doesn't fix the habits that got you there in the first place. And that brings us to our final and, honestly, the most important section of all, life after consolidation. How do you make sure that this financial freedom you've just created actually lasts? This right here, this is your playbook. It's simple. 1. Make a budget so you know where your money's going. 2. Stop using the old cards. Seriously, cut them up. 3. Build a small emergency fund so one flat tire doesn't send you right back into debt. And finally, automate your new loan payment so you never ever miss it. This isn't just a list, it's your foundation. So there you have it. We've talked about the trap, the lifeline, the tools, and the plan. You have the blueprint. The only question left is, are you ready to take back control and start building your debt-free future? Thanks for joining me.